Okay.
We're all good.
Hello, Owen.
Hello. We're live again.
We are live once again.
How good is
This is number 3. Been 3 weeks in a row live, record.
Yeah, it's been fun.
So, can anyone hear us?
Yeah, give us a yell.
On YouTube? Anyone on YouTube? Looks like the microphone is working. Cool. We have a new setup here, as you see. We have different parts of the store today. A bit more space.
Yes. Yep. We'll move around. Pick stuff
Can
up.
show you a few things. We've got some shelf space here.
Yes.
So let's wait a few minutes. So last week we got about 15 people on YouTube and up to 80 on Instagram. So overall 80, so which is new record.
Yeah,
we got
good.
12 on Instagram now. Got 6 on YouTube.
Okay, so we've got a few things to talk about today.
Today is going to be very, very exciting.
Yes.
Indeed. We have the Gundam competition.
Oh, we do.
That was finished yesterday.
Yes. So we had a lot of entries. I actually ended up with 20 entries. So not sure if you understand the concept. So we had the modeling comp, which we had on for just under 2 weeks. So idea was to build a Gundam, put up all your photos, and then the photos had to include work in progress photos so people can learn how you got your results. And then with every entry, the prize pool grew. So if one person entered, it was $5
extra
worth of prizes, and then it's grown. So we've got 20 people, which means we've got $100 worth of vouchers to give away. Yeah, so it's good. So
very good.
You know, we're going to do it again. So next time around, get everyone involved and share it around, and then the prize pool will just grow.
We may decide to do something different next time.
That's
so
right.
This was Gundam. So if anyone has any suggestion on what should be the next topic, please let us know.
Yeah.
So I think we should start where we left the last time.
That's
Embarrassing moment. We couldn't remove their body from this car.
Oh, that's what happens when you go live.
Yeah, so the car was just installed. So it's actually really good.
Now.
It's actually really good idea. So let's see if we can show on both cameras. So you need to flip this little metal thing out and push the pin out.
So it's a similar idea to body clips, I guess. So you got your body pin that normally goes through, and you got your clip that goes through. Well, these pins are poking through the chassis, and they lock against the side.
There we go.
Like that. So it is a nice snug fit. So
Very
the
nice,
body's not rattling at all.
Absolutely not. But it's a good idea, so you don't lose the body clips.
Yep.
It's actually a very good idea. Body clips on this car will be very, very tiny if you had some. So
and you'll lose it straight away.
Yeah, exactly. So just for those that were not online last week, this is a really good looking body, very well finished. One of the best parts, I don't know if we talked last week, the side mirrors are rubbery. So
really
when you roll the car, you don't break them off the first time around. Very nice finish overall. So that was for tidying up last week discussion.
So with these things, I think if you're clever enough, I guess with all the other Mini Z type cars, you could try to adapt a regular plastic kit body to fit, because it's just the sides. So if you can work out how these sort of side panels come off here, and then you put them on a plastic kit with the right spacing, you'll be able to stick them on and customize it quite easily.
Wow, that could be a good project.
Imagine like
a
Ferrari on one of those.
Put a Ferrari on a rock roller. That would be a good idea.
Yeah. No, really, the paint finish is so good. You see the gloss coming off it. See the gloss coming off those? Yeah. Really nice clear coat on. Got some questions coming? What's that?
Yellow Albert sending out more. Not sure about that one.
Oh,
Matt, I don't know.
Yeah, not sure.
Not sure about that one.
Yeah, you have to
try again. Explain a bit more.
All right.
So
you can see the inside
as well, which is quite innovative for such a small little car.
Like little universal drives on the front and rear.
Yeah, exactly. Universals. It does have ability of having lights and also gyroscope. So on your receiver here, you can connect a light kit and also gyroscope. So not sure about the gyroscope on a rock roller, but I guess this is probably a standard receiver combo that they do on all the different.
Try drifting it one day.
They will drift probably. It's got a decent speed actually. Yeah, that's it. What do you think?
Looks good. I like it. It's really cleverly designed.
That's good fun.
Yeah.
So let's just stay here.
Okay.
Park it
over there. All right. So, what do we got now?
Last week, someone asked about servos, voltage servos.
Right. Okay.
Understanding is actually a really good question. So when you run high voltage servos, then obviously the speed on the servo increases. So they were asking, why do we run a high voltage on a servo and then having to reduce the speed on the controller?
Yes.
Very good point.
Yep.
So,
well, I guess the advantage of having a high voltage is it increases the speed and also increases the torque a lot. So particularly with bigger cars these days, big trucks and things, the maximum you get out of them, the better.
So rock crawler and big 1.8 trucks, you definitely need a lot of torque, 20, 30, even 40 kg sometimes, depending on the size of the car. That's really helpful. So that's the real reason. Yes, we'll increase the speed, but obviously you can tune it on your controller, but the torque is the key part. So we have a selection of servos here, different brands.
Okay, so there's the MKS one there.
There's MKS. So this servo actually goes up to 8.2 volts. I don't know whether you can see the specs here. Probably be hard, but it will go up to 8.2 volts. So you can run it pretty high, but then the speed will be 0.06. So it's probably
almost really real time.
Yeah, it's almost real time. So that's a really good quality high-end servo. Servos, they have a range of waterproof servo. Again, high voltage, so you can run them at 7.4 volts without having any issues. And then again, this will produce up to 25 kg of torque and is water resistant.
I guess one of the important things to remember with high voltage servos too is your car needs to be able to handle high voltage to drive them, because some of them need a minimum of 6 volts, but some of the more simpler type radio controls, they need to operate on lower voltage, 4.8 volts to 6 volts. So you've got to check that before you go for a high voltage servo. Yeah,
so you always need to be careful when you play voltages from your speed controllers, because there may be other things connected to your car and you could risk to fry, if there is a light system or whatsoever. Always be mindful of that. That is always a problem.
But if you can get the power to the servo, that's definitely a big difference.
Yes, definitely.
And it's always good to have a faster servo than normal if you're learning. Correct. Because even if you can't use the speed initially, like it's too twitchy, you can tone it down and then you can bring it all the way back up.
Correct.
That's something you can't do with something that's already restricted.
Exactly. You can adjust the exponential on the radio, and the modern radio have a lot of adjustability from that perspective. So you can adjust everything and make it really effective. So that's for the servos.
Yes. Okay.
What do we have?
Let's go to.
So we just we received a couple of shipments today. For those who race, again, talking about radio control before we go into model kits, we received some new batteries from Arrowmax.
They're really skinny.
They're very skinny. So this is a bit of a new thing again.
Wow.
To achieve different weight distributions.
So I guess you could have this mounted more towards the center of the chassis.
That's correct.
Or the outside of the chassis.
So you change the performance of the car.
Right.
So typically on a touring car chassis like that, this is quite a lot skinnier.
It's almost a centimeter narrower.
Yeah, it's quite a lot skinnier. So you can decide where to put it and change, again, the weight distribution of your car. Some are also trying to run with shorty batteries these days.
Oh, yes.
To, again, move more of the weight
forward or
backwards and forwards. Yep. But this is just brand new, just arrived literally 10 minutes ago. So this is a 7.4 volt, 6,200 milliampere lithium polymer battery.
So they've got quite a bit of runtime.
Absolutely.
And these will have a high discharge rate too, won't they?
They will have a 100, let's see what they say actually. 120C discharge rate.
So high performance.
High performance, yes.
That one's a bit different?
This is actually, I think it's actually the same, but it's actually narrower. It's actually smaller capacity, I think. This is a 5,500. Okay, so it's less capacity.
So the casing is the same?
Casing is identical.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Same casing, just a different capacity. I think it's a weight. So it will be lighter.
So there'll be less innards, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So here we go.
So again, with the different weight, there you can change the balance again.
Correct. So what's we received from Arrowmax? A couple of tool bags is always really good to keep your nice tools in place, and have these pouches as well.
So it's sort of weave finish, hasn't it?
Yeah, really nice. Let's open one up.
What's the generic pouch?
This is a generic pouch. It does come. It does come with, I think, a soldering iron or other couple of tools they produce.
Yeah,
they have some of these pouches as well.
It's always good for your little bits and pieces, particularly if you've got a small tool kit, because with a lot of the aluminium tools, you don't want them banging around and scratching.
So here we go.
Oh, okay.
You can
So
fit
it's
in
got,
small parts.
Yep.
It's quite nice little. It's a bag. I think the soldering iron does come with this. And they've got some bigger ones for tire warmers and
yes.
other things.
Yep. It's a semi-hard case, isn't it?
Semi-hard case, yeah.
Yep.
And I think
Pretty firm.
can go past our.
What do you do? What's that for?
These are
for Magic Egg?
Yeah, absolutely. Can you show us some?
Oh, drop this in there. I bet you can't see it anymore.
This is for the cars, actually, to transport your cars.
So it's a nice sort of soft. It's a felt finish.
Yes.
So it won't
really
scratch
nice.
at all. The inside's the same?
No, I think the inside is a bit. It's normal fabric, really.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sort of furry. That's good. So you can put your whole car in there, or you even drop your radio in there, I guess.
Correct,
If you don't want it scratched.
I'll put my computer in there.
That's pretty big. Like that. Easily fit, 10 scale touring car or buggy. Yeah.
Cool. So moving to
All right.
these new Gundams.
Yes.
So those just arrived yesterday, I think.
Yes, that's right. So we've got the new Fez. So Fez is a master grade. Now there's a Fez for the car. So let's get a closer look at it here. Okay, it's pretty awesome looking. So you can see he's super armored. He's got all his chunky stuff hanging off him. Massive rear gun with the backpack. And it's a huge box. So it's almost the same as, I'd say this is a small perfect grade size box. So let's have a quick look inside. Let's just crack it open here. All right.
Oh, full of bits. Let me hold it. So I want to see this.
Sure.
Okay, so
you got it there. So first thing you can see, this bit here. So it comes with water slide decals, which is a big plus. You can see how big the sheet is as well.
So that's perfect. You've done a video last week about water slide. So
yes, I did.
If you jump on the channel, you can see the water slide videos on how to use those.
This bit here, that just shows you one of the armor components for the lower shin. So you can imagine that. So this Faz, when it's fully built, is going to be about this big. So he's huge and really chunky. So you've got that bit there. All right, so these bits. So you've got parts of the. So that's parts of the gun as well. Over here. And then get some. These almost looks like some more frame parts. They look like an ABS plastic. They normally mod bits in ABS plastic for extra strength. Some blue bits. Okay, this part here. This looks like parts of the ammo belt. So the ammo belt hangs off the big massive gun that's on the back. Wow. Here you got some more guns and blue parts for the. So you got the feet, toe sections here. You got these really fine, round molded parts here too, which would be for like I said, like grenade discharges. Okay.
A huge gun here.
Yeah, that's a big gun.
Wow,
that's the big gun. Yeah, I mean that's massive. It's worth buying just for the big gun, I think. Some more blue panels there. I mean, when you talk about lots of armor, I mean, so these bits here, I mean, you see all that. This is all inner frame parts. You got legs and arm bits. Okay, well, there's a manual. We've got a quick look at the manual. Okay, so manuals are always really good. You'll see how thick it is. Lots of detailed pictures, and it's always like Bandai, they're always a step-by-step. Really easy to follow, but this gives you an idea of how many bits are up. Okay, so there's that bit there. Okay, so other side, smaller parts. Yep. So you got the red bits there. They're for the tops of the grenade discharges. You got more frame bits there. So you can imagine this frame's going to be absolutely huge before all the extra bits get hung off it. Okay, there's a classic. The crest, the helmet, that gives you an idea of the size, because the crest is normally quite small. All right, got some. This is a multicolored bit, so you got clear parts here, molded with grey and white bits.
Someone is asking you, what model is this one?
What this is the the new Bandai MG Fazver car. So I'll show you the box again. This sucker here. He's just gigantic. Really cool. I mean, when you look at it there, that just looks like a big giant gun, doesn't it? So that one there. Oh, here's some more blue bits. What we're up to before. So these are the outer armor bits. Then some more outer bits. Some looks like some shield parts. There's part of the gun there as well, I think.
More. Oh, this is quite shiny, quite nice.
Coming off it now.
Looks like a different material almost.
Yeah, I don't know what that's for. That's pretty impressive. There'll be bits hanging off the backpack, I'd say. Also more parts from the inner gun, the grey parts. Alright. Got bits here. There's a helmet. Helmet's just around here. Right there. Alrighty, so getting towards the end, but I mean, there's still lots of bits to go. All right, so you got more.
I think.
Yeah, so you got bits of hands, so inner frame. Okay, torso parts. So this has got a lot of articulation to it, although you probably won't move very much because he's got so much fatty bits hanging off him. So this is really chunky. All right, so little grey bits.
Last two.
Wow, they look like parts from the legs and the torso, I think. So the white parts, the lighter parts would be outer frame or armor. Yeah, dark parts here, which would be more of the inner frame.
Here we
And
go.
then last bit. Okay, so you got the rest of the inner frame. Inner frame's always in a darker color. There's some clear parts there as well. And there you go. There is a very large master grade kit.
And next one up is the giant
Perfect grade. So perfect grade Strike Gundam. So Strike Gundam, yeah, it's brand new. They don't normally release many perfect grades. These are huge. So if you're not too sure about all the different grades, you've got your SDs, which are deformed Gundams, which build up to be about this big. Then you go to HGs, which are 1:144 scale, which are a little bit taller. And then you get to MG, which is like the one we just looked at. That's 1:100. So you've got like this sort of size. And then PGs are 1:60. Yeah, 1:60 scale, which are probably about this big. And they're called perfect grades because they have so much more articulation in them.
Right.
They generally have the fingers are all independent.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. And they've got multiple joints to get the kneeling type poses. And they look really natural when you pose them. So that's really good.
Cool.
Beautiful. Okay, so I think what we're doing, I think Warwick's still doing some judging.
Yes.
So we're going to point score all the different entries for the Gundam competition. I think he's still busy doing that. So how about we pick something else from here?
Should we do
Hong Kong model?
You want to do a Hong Kong model, and I'm going to grab Warwick's judge.
Yeah,
Warwick's
okay.
results. Okay.
No worries.
You good with that?
Yeah, yeah. I'll be back. All right. So let's have a look at this Hong Kong model Arrow. So Hong Kong model, if you're not aware, they specialize in large scale aircraft, particularly 32nd scale, although they just started doing a 48 scale B-17. Now, this particular aircraft is a bit unusual. It was one of the fastest fighter aircraft of World War II, done by the Germans. And to achieve that, it's actually got two engines. So it's got an engine mounted at the back for this prop here, and then a front mounted engine for the front prop. So it was a push-pull type arrangement. Heavy guns here, and we'll just have a quick look inside and see what it's all about. All right, so let's pop this down here. Okay, let's start off here. So with this, you see, these are the engines here. So you've got your engine block castings, and you've got all the exhaust pipes around here. Let's just pop around here, like so. You see how clean all the molds are? So things like this, you could even leave the engines out and build them as a separate item and seal up the fuselage. And you can leave the exhaust off, and with the open ports here, it looks really natural. So that bit there. Oh, let's stick this, stick it over here. All right, so you got the top of the fuselage here. So this part here, you'll have the cockpit over here, and then fuel tanks. You've got the undercarriage. That's from the wings, and a bit of looks like a bit of plumbing for the engine. So now this bit will give you a really good idea of the size of the fuselage. Okay, so you can just see there, you got your fuselage halves there, like so. It might be a bit hard to see, but they've got really fine riveting detail. Let's see if we can do that on this one. So when you put a wash over this, they all really stand out. Really adds to it. So you've got that, that's a major component there. And then you've got, all right, you've got the clear parts. Okay, so obviously the canopy bits, like so. One of the amazing things about Hong Kong model is when you put the clear parts on, they fit perfectly. Okay, got some smaller bits here. We've got the undercarriage on the wheels. And one of the clever things is you'll notice that the wheels have got the flat section on the bottom. That's to give the impression that when it's sitting on the wheels, yeah, it's fully weighted. Yeah. And they're so flat, it gives an impression of how heavy this aircraft may have been. Like so. Oh, Mr. Warwick's coming soon. So
I just found the seat belts.
Oh, yeah.
So this is the proper seat belts. But here we go. That's for Instagram as well. Let's see. Oops, bit of reflection there.
Yeah, so they always give you some photo etch. And then you've got here, you got your propellers. So, I mean, it was a huge aircraft, it had big propellers. So you got your cockpit here, you got your seat. Just to give you an idea, I mean, that's the size of the seat. So 32nd scale. And you got all the other parts of the cockpit. Nice bit there. And then we got, okay, so we've got bits of tailplanes.
Tailplane, yeah. Oh, the wings.
The wings give you an idea of...
Huge.
So they're chunky. Stubby, but chunky. So, and then here you can see the wells for the undercarriage. So, all right, so it looks like you got some more...
Elements.
Yeah, so you got some undercarriage. You got the cockpit instrument panel here. See all the holes all punched out. You got the front wheel there with a weighted look again. Really very classy.
The last one.
All right, so last bit. So what we got here? So we've got cowling here. So that's the front cowling. Probably an aileron parts here. And then you got intakes. Front end and probably, I guess that's a rear for the gearbox for the prop. And then these are probably, actually, I don't know what these are. Look like could be either gun ports. It's probably the leading edge of the wing.
Some weights actually.
Yeah, that's quite nice. That's a nice touch because these things are going to be tail heavy, and so there's a white metal weights that are included. And you see how they're in a particular shape, so they'll fall into a particular spot in the front end.
Right, again.
Okay, your decals.
Decals, yeah.
Okay, so you got a couple of versions there. Okay, so you got your German ones, and there's French ones, which would have been used after it was captured after the war. So I'm sure they would have used them in the Air Force post-war. And then you got your big manuals.
Instructions.
So as you can see,
huge,
very decent size. Okay, so you've got
different
versions here, and then again, their manuals are very straightforward too. So you got pictures of all the different items, and then over here you got step by step. Okay, so you start off with cockpit, engine. You got the engine with the engine mounts going onto the cockpit. Tells you where to put the weights. So the weights are sitting inside the cockpit area here. And then gets closed up with the fuselage. Oop, got an addendum there. Okay, and then we're basically closing it up. So it's got front and rear engine detail, opening panels. What we looked at before, they were there for the flaps on the wings, and then it all goes together. And there you go. So you can have it with the gear up or the gear down.
Yeah.
There you go. That's a really good kit. So Hong Kong models, for a big project, they go together really well and it'll keep you busy. So in a lot of ways, they feel a bit like a Tamiya kit in quality and in fit. And because of their size, because they're concentrated 30-second scale, it'll keep you busy for a long time. You see all the bits.
Level of detail, even the weathering aspect of this will be very interesting at the end.
Yeah, for sure.
There's a lot to it. So,
yes.
All right, so I think Warwick is almost done with his judging. So who's ready for the results of the Gundam competition? Let's put this aside.
Oh, he's feeling the pressure. He's just adding up all the numbers. So
skip his lunch to do this while we wait for Warwick.
Oh, that's nice.
To bring this up again.
You like this, don't you?
That's my favorite, yeah. So I had to show it to everyone. So this is a 1/18 scale racing scale model.
So it's a BBR one.
That's the BBR. So this is a BBR is an Italian company. Who knows what a racing model is? Let's see. Difference between diecast and racing, there is actually a really, really big difference, even though the result may look from far quite similar. Let's see if we can show you some of the engine details here.
These are really very collectible because every single one has this little plaque which tells you how many they made worldwide.
So this is 18 of 24.
So only 24 worldwide of this one.
Okay, that's it's quite impressive. So level of detail on these cars is superb. No, they don't open doors or bonnets, but the finishing is quite special. There's lots of carbon inserts, carbon effect, all very well polished.
Because one of the problems with the die cars that have all the opening bits is the panel lines don't look scale.
Yes.
They're really huge and chunky.
That's right.
But when they're like this, they actually look like
scale.
The actual rear screen.
Reflex there.
Yeah. Really nice. You got to see them in person.
This absolutely. So interiors are fully detailed, so you can see seat belts, all the dashboard. Can see probably.
The disc brakes are really nice too.
Disc brakes are really nice. Yeah. So the wheels. Here we go.
See, you really see the yellow calipers there, and then you'll be able to see the sort of the ventilator bits as well on the discs.
Really, really detailed. Yes. Here we go. So we have a range of these ones. This is probably one of the best, and I think the gold rims are a bit of.
They're quite nice because I don't know if you can really see, but it's got silver. There's a silver highlight in the center of the rim, so it's not actually a reflection. So it's two-tone. So you got gold around the major part, and then the inside spoke has got the center part, which is silver.
Yeah, so
really nice detail.
Really nice touch on this one. Here we go.
We looked at slot cars, haven't we? So slot cars have been really popular.
Well, I have this one here. This is an SCX slot car.
That's cool.
So I had this one at home the other day, and I have one of these digital systems that I'm playing with my kids.
Yep.
And I did not realize this was analog. So what happened? You put it down and it flew off.
Just took off?
Yeah, because being analog on a digital system, you don't have control effectively because a digital slot car set is always live effectively.
Okay, yes.
The car took off, and then we realized it was a analog. So I'm going to bring this home today. So and convert these analog slot car into a digital slot car. So with this SCX system, you can run up to 9 cars at once. So you need to purchase an extra controller.
Yep.
And then extra controllers, and you can run up to 9 cars.
The controllers are a bit like a radio control controller.
That's correct. In this
case, the controller
yes.
itself talks to the car because it
talks
to the chip.
Correct.
So it's really easy.
Very easy.
Yeah.
So that's good fun. So you can change lanes and do all these kind of things. So it'll be a project. We may do a video actually on how to install a chip on this one this afternoon. If you get a few minutes, I might try to do it here and do a quick video. So
good.
Here we go.
Pretty straightforward.
Looks like
Mr. Warwick.
Warwick come around.
Oh, Mr. Warwick can come around here.
He'll probably stick out the screen.
I'm definitely not employed for my adding up abilities.
Aren't you?
Hello, internet.
So you seem to have done all right. Okay, so
yeah, not too bad.
So we worked out a little scorecard. We've got 20 entries, and we've got what have we got again? We've got the overall finish, which we gave 20 points for.
Yep.
And then attention to detail gets 10 points. Build quality is 10 points, and then working in progress photos also got 10 points.
Yep.
And so I judged, and also Warwick's judged, and we've added them all up. And so what we're going to do is, when we've got time after this, we're going to list all the details on the event page as well, so everyone gets some feedback.
Yeah, feedback's really important.
Yeah. So everyone can see, what we thought of it and different improvements.
Yep.
And how we went about judging. So
Sure.
how about we'll quickly go through? Shall we go
Come
through
on. Anyone got a
You
drum?
third place?
Third place.
Drum?
Third
You got a
place.
drum? I didn't bring a drum. No drum yet. No drum. All right. Third place goes to Mr. Al Stoicher or Stoicher.
Oh wow!
Sorry, Al, if you didn't pronounce that correctly.
Yeah, apologize for that.
We'll try that.
So that one was
English is my first
the
language.
gun tank.
There was the gun tank. Yeah,
Now, yeah. So okay, so gun tank was a bit of a tricky one, I thought, because
it was tricky.
it's all one color, and it's so hard to get detail out of one color.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
it was able to get some really good tones and stuff out of it.
yeah, and it looked solid. Like it
Yes.
looked like it was a solid block of metal.
Yeah.
Which
It
is
had weight and
yeah,
looked
yeah,
heavy, didn't it?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what you try and do when you're doing metallic finishes.
Yeah,
give
so
it a
that's
bit of
good.
weight.
Well done.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah. So how many points? Ended up with 81 points.
81 points.
Yeah,
81
excellent.
out of 100.
Well done.
Pretty good.
Good stuff. Okay, and second place?
And in second place,
Yes.
we have Zenkins Wong.
Wow, Zenkins. Excellent.
Well done,
Well done,
Zenkins.
Zenkins.
Good work.
Second. Okay, so Zenkins
We
did
liked
the real grade new Gundam.
Yes, that was very popular. That was hugely popular.
Yeah, it was really well made. So
Yeah.
the joins, they weren't join lines. Paint was really good.
Yeah,
really
yeah,
nice contrast on the panel lines.
yeah, yeah. It was quite neat. Had a bit of visual interest going on as well, which is great. Paneling was very neat. So yeah, well done, Zenkins. Good work.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. And Zenkins got 83 points, which was
Yep.
only 2
Just
points
2 points
above
separation.
Al.
Yeah, well, to be honest, there was a lot of really close.
Yeah, they were good ones there.
There was
Yeah,
some,
for sure.
There were some really good,
Yes,
good,
yes,
good entries.
Yes.
Only a few points separating.
yes.
And I guess that leads us up to number one.
Okay, so
Winner.
first place. Who got the first place?
That would be Mr. Kenny Cheong.
Oh,
Well done, Kenny.
Well done.
Nice
Well
work.
done. So
Well done.
Kenny did the custom colored Suzabi.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
he did. Yeah, that had everything going on. I thought he was one of the few guys that was trying to create a lot of visual interest, trying to
Yep.
create a lot of contrast within panels.
Yep.
When he was painting it.
Had a really nice soft graduations on
Yeah.
panels too.
Yeah, yeah, and
Yep.
that can be tricky to pull off. And and I thought he did a pretty good job of that, and was
Yeah.
probably the standout.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. And that was
Yeah.
90 points.
90 points.
So they're all really tight together.
Well done.
So a lot of the
Yeah.
top ones. So
Yeah,
sorry
yeah.
if you missed out if you came fourth, fifth, or so. But
Yeah.
there's really good quality
yeah,
that you had.
yeah. Generally, it was
Yeah, yeah.
fun seeing what. It's always good too because you get a lot of inspiration just seeing what other people are doing. And as BJ said earlier, unlike other contests, we're actually going to give you some feedback.
Yeah, yeah,
Normally they just say, "Well done," give you a pat on the back, send you on your way.
yeah, yeah.
In the next, I guess, in the next few days, we're going to add in the comments.
Yeah,
Of each entry,
Yeah.
the results, points.
Yeah,
Over
obviously.
breakfast,
Absolutely.
on public transport,
Exactly. Yeah, yeah.
That's right.
on a loo, something.
And and put some feedback.
Yep,
yeah, yeah. Well, I guess
absolutely.
this is what we're trying to grow. So the online community, particularly now when
Yeah,
everyone has to be
especially
working
now.
online
Yeah.
these days.
Yeah, totally.
So if we can all help each other, help build a better model for next time, I think it's good for everyone.
Yeah,
Yeah. It makes it all
absolutely.
fun.
Yeah,
That's what
and a
it's
bit
all
of
about.
constructive criticism is always a good thing. It helps you grow, helps you become better.
Yep.
And entering competitions like this and sharing what you're doing online with your mates is a great way to do that.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah.
I guess the
Yeah.
question is, what's the next one going to be?
Next one. Well, I don't know. Well, we'll pick a different genre. Probably
Let's
one
see.
of the more popular genres which we haven't done before. I don't think we've done aircraft before.
No, we haven't done aircraft. Just
Yeah,
correct.
yeah. So maybe
yeah.
we should do some aircraft because there's plenty of aircraft modelers out there.
Yeah,
we
I've got a
just
couple in
got
my
a-
stash, which
Oh,
I
you
need,
too?
I need to kick up the bum to get
Okay,
going.
yep.
So yeah, it's not a bad idea.
Yeah, yeah. I guess
Think about it.
we'll get that sorted out.
Yeah.
In the next few days. And
Yeah.
I guess one last thing I wanted to talk about was a little while ago we were talking about auctioning off a model kit,
Yes.
but I don't know if this is the right time to do it or not. So maybe I could set up a poll and see if anyone's willing to join in an auction if we do the auction now, or we should set
Wait
it
a
up for
few
later.
months. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
So we'll see what everyone thinks.
Give us
Just
some
say-
feedback on the comments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I can subscribe.
that's it. Yeah, so we'll see how we go with that because I really would like to auction off and we'll get
Absolutely.
some funds and help some people that are in some dire need that copped it 2 times.
Yeah,
So yeah,
good plan.
So
Okay.
I guess before we finish up, any
Yep.
more questions? If anyone has any questions in relation to, well, I guess anything.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of waves. Hi.
otherwise, I guess the next live is going to be next Friday at 2 p.m. So
Yes.
Friday's our live afternoon.
Yeah, so Friday will be the day.
So not sure what's going to be the topic next week.
I will always find something
We'll
to
find
talk about.
something.
Yes, there's plenty to talk about.
Yeah, that's right.
Plenty to talk about.
Yeah.
Well, if you have a
All right.
question on your Gundam competition, you can still ask it, and we can respond on the live as
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
yes,
a bit
absolutely.
more into detail on some weathering techniques, perhaps, or something.
Yeah.
Can do.
Good stuff.
Excellent.
All
Well,
right.
thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thanks
you.
for joining in.
And we'll
And
see you in a
thanks
week
for enjoying
time.
the comp.
Bye-bye.
later.
See ya.
Bye.
And